Central, and we can say Jew Central. You want to know why? Because you're tuning in to an all-Jewish cast. Beautiful, 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 beautiful.
I wish I had a shofar to blow. I just don't. Sorry.
Can you do? Yeah. Welcome everybody to Girls Run These Worlds, a very Merkborsch Hanukkah. My name is Fleet Dietrich. You know me, you love me, and my pronouns, which are they, she. Tonight, we are playing a beautiful game called Merkborsch. Congratulations. Published by Stockholm Cartel. The content we are going to be playing tonight is a heavy metal retelling of the Hanukkah story. We are going to be getting into some themes of combat. We are going to be getting into some themes of arson. And we are also going to be getting into some themes of fighting back against oppression. And again, this is a kind of an 18 and up stream. We're going to be getting into some, very violent things at the moment. So if you need a minute to step away, the cast has already talked about what their lines and veils are. So just take care of yourself. No shame if you got to bounce, and come right back in when you're ready. So tonight, we have a very special announcement. We actually have 2 giveaways that Merkborsch has very lovingly donated to us. If you type !Merkborsch and !Cyborg in the chat, you will be entered to win a copy of Merkborsch and Cyborg. So that's !Merkborsch, MORKBORG, and !Cyborg, CYBORG in the chat. If you subscribe to Girls Run These Worlds on Twitch, you are also going to be entered twice instead of once, which, let's be real, increases your odds. We love to increase odds because you know what? Life's too hard to just free ball with one shot, Sometimes we need to double up. Anyway, I have talked long enough. We are going to be talking to my cast now of excellent Jews. And I say this because I am a Jew, and I can. I would love to have you guys introduce yourselves briefly. I would love your name, your pronouns, and tell me about your character. And I would love to start with Dan.
Hello, I'm Dan. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me on the internet at Darker Lurper everywhere. I am playing Zimri, the Jubilant, who is a beautiful, dark-skinned black Jew with a ginormous fro, who is under the class of something that I don't remember, but I am a bard of the undying. I'd like to say that this is what happens when you don't go to cantorial school, but you really want to.
You are an esoteric hermit, my friend.
That thing.
Yeah. Let me talk to Sam. How are you doing? Who are you? How'd you get in my house?
Oh, you'll find out soon enough. Hello, I am Sam DeLev, Absolute Junit, Cyborg, and I will be playing tonight Gavril. They put the murder in Murder Ball. They're gutter-born scum, just like me. They escaped from the Thailandian orphanarium, and they're going to make it everyone's problem.
Oh my God, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. Holy shit. Honor to have you. Honor to have you. Lauren, hit me. Who the fuck are you? How'd you get in my house?
I'm not here to hit you. It's okay. I just want to have fun. Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm she, her, and I'm here playing an occult herb master, which I picked because it sounded like fun. And I have a tame rat named Buddy. And my character is Gvetin, also she, her. And we're just going to be adorable until we murder everyone.
I have a follow-up question. Does Kvetin kvetchin?
Absolutely.
Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. And finally,
I'm just gonna keep drinking out of my favorite mug.
God bless, God bless, God bless. And now, Elisa, what's going on? Who the fuck are you, and why are you in my house?
Hello. Who the fuck am I? No, I'm sorry. I am Elise P, she, her, and I will be playing Choshech tonight. That name means darkness in Hebrew, and Choshech has a dark hair, dark eyes, and a blackened heart, and is ready for murder. She's carrying her sword, Fred, it's his actual name, and she's ready for vengeance.
1. Fred is a paid actor. 2.
Oh, and also she is a famed deserter.
Yes! Can we get that phlegm one more time for the folio? Can we get that phlegm one more
The
time?
what?
The phlegm? The
Choshech.
yeah! Oh, you know we're in Jewish territory now when you got the phlegm in there. That's as Jewish as matzo ball soup on a cold day when I don't feel good and I need my mom. All right.
Why you call me out this early in the game?
Because that's my job. So for anyone who doesn't know, Mork Borg is a game of the end of the world. Mork Borg means dark fortress, and in this game there are no religions. However, for the sake of this game, there's no religion but Judaism, baby. And by that I mean there's some people who hate the Jews. Shocker. However, in this game, we are not Jewish. We are of sort of a divided belief system. So we're just gonna use our imaginations. We feel like it's a little nicer to just distance ourselves a little bit, especially with what's going on. If you are Jewish, we love you. If you aren't, we do still love you. So, are we all ready to play?
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And everyone, we don't have sounds, any music on this stream. However, I would love for you to play your favorite heavy metal songs in the background of the stream for as long as you want. Bring out some Ghost, bring out some Metallica, bring out some Ginger, whoever you want. Play it in the background because you know what? This is our rebellion. We're all in this together and we're going to go kick some ass as one. That being said, I'm going to take us away. The sky burnishes a sickly green as the dying sun falls back to Svealand, a rancid wind rising from the east. 5 figures hunch against the cold sting. It is the eve of Archpriestess Josilfa's intended cleansing of the Sarkosh Forest, your hideout for the past years. You sought shelter and salvation from the zealotry at the end of the world. Now you stand at the base of Galgenbeck, Josilfa's eternal seat of power, the bastion of the duplicitous, dual-faced basilisk god, and the greatest city that ever was. The city of cultists, the belly of the beast. As the shadow of Verhu's tower, the basilisk stretches over the city, a long fang blazing with light. You feel the packs of flammable oil on your backs grow heavier with the onset of dusk. Each of you has been given a task. The first figure pulls their ragged coat tighter about them, letting out a shuddering breath. Moritz turns to face the other 4, all of you, tugging at his sparse beard, a nebbishy sort of boy. It strikes you, for perhaps not the first time, that this young man is very young to be a rebel. And you feel heavy with the sense of weight and responsibility you have been given of one of the many teams who will start this night in salvation. This is it. Are you ready to burn down the basilisk's tower?
Buddy, are you ready?
Indeed.
Yeah, we're ready. Buddy doesn't say yes, but you feel it in your soul that this is a yes.
Mm-hmm. I knew before I even asked.
Buddy crosses their arms and just nods at you. What do you look like when you say this? Give us some descriptive adjectives for your appearance.
Gvetin is very well acquainted with the forest. In fact, when you look at her, sometimes it's a little hard to see her because she's kind of covered in a lot of the forest, whether intentional or not. Her clothing is actually pretty good. Like it's serviceable at least, but it is covered in vines and twigs and leaves and mud and mud and mud and mud and a little more mud. And you know what? Half of it is because it keeps her comfy. Half of it is because it's stealthy. And then also, yes, she's carrying in her hand her favorite being of all time, Buddy, her little black and brown rat who she would defend with her life and her potions, which are kind of clinging around on her side. It's the only thing that's not actually covered in bits of the forest is this pack that she has that's filled with all kinds of esoteric things and a couple of potions that you've all figured out are useful most of the time.
Excellent. Moritz nods You see that he's picked out a little piece of his beard and realizes he's doing it and stops and puts his hands in his pockets and turns towards the other three and looks over towards Gavril. Gavril, would you be able to give us a description?
Gavril is Gavril is a layer of ash with allegedly a person beneath it. The hair got burned off at some point in patchy kind of places. They're practically just pig pen splotched all over. There's a bunch of hairs on their clothing, particularly on the sides, and when you look down to the wheels, you see why. Some of that armor is steel, some of it has to be aluminum because it's gotten torn up from repeated impacts, tearing it out into what now function as spikes, but also took a piece of their side out of them a couple days ago. Just hopefully fewer pieces out of them than whoever it is they're moving toward.
Of course. They nod towards you. Did you want me to readjust the oil on your back? They seem very flustered when they look at you. And you've been used to this for maybe the past week.
Keep your eyes on you, kid.
I would need a mirror for that, but okay. And then we are going to pivot now towards Zimri. Oh, you actually gave us a pretty good description, but what are you wearing? Give us a fashion tour.
Yeah, there is no bag that adorns their back. At their sides, simply a sword. And in this giant afro, there is the peekings of a few items that are hanging out, maybe the handle of a scroll, very similar to what you might find on a Torah that's just hanging out, a couple of them sticking out, a few like doodads, but no bag, just sword and a determined face.
Doodads and doodads. And speaking of doodads, we are going to now pivot over to Kokesh.
She's ready for action. She's ready for vengeance. She wants to taste the tears of her enemies. She is ready to fight alongside her friends because although she wears black, it exudes darkness. She is truly the shining light, beacon of light for her friends, and will do anything for them. And revenge is always on her lips.
I think I'm in love. Oh my god. Does anyone else just feel that?
Buddy,
yes.
we'd follow them anywhere, right?
Yeah. Moritz looks at you with kind of trepidation, seems to have specifically chosen the other side, seems very clearly intimidated by you, but is listening intently. Moritz nods. Right, and he takes a small scroll and rolls it out in front of you, and he fumbles with a light. To remind you all, tonight you are the first bastion of the lights. When Galgenbeck's tower goes up in flames, so too is that the signal for every single collective across Vayland to light their towers. So if we fell here, it's kind of a big deal. We need to get all of our jugs of oil there because it won't burn with just one. Remember this for later. Mathieu is supposed to be somewhere inside with his son, but I don't know. And do you all recognize the name as the leader of the collective, this separatist collective? And you all recall very ably that in this land, at the end of the world, one thing has prophesized and has risen to power, to godhood, Verhu, the two-headed basilisk, one of two basilisks in the area, whose seat of power lives in Galgenbeck, whose high priestess whispers words of praise to her unending army. And you know that the plans are in the air to take out anyone who is against the prophecy tomorrow. This is your last chance. The oil remains heavy on your backs, growing ever heavier, but somehow you feel you can bear the weight. For is that not what you do? Continually bear the weight. And so you stand on the precipice of Galgenbeck. It is there. And Moritz turns to each of you. Is there any final thing you wanted to say before we go in? Because once we're in, it might happen all very quickly. Yeah.
What's there to say? Let's burn it to the ground.
Oh my God. You're so scary, but you're so beautiful. Did I say that out loud?
You did, but now's the time to say the things you want to say, that you've meant to say. Now's the time. Say them loud. Yeah.
No, I don't. You're all very threatening, and I looked up to you all for quite some time. There's a reason you were all chosen to go on this mission, but and he takes out a whistle. Not quite a whistle. You immediately recognize what this is. A small shofar on a string. And puts it on the rock where the map lies. If you are ever in danger, if there's ever any doubt, blow this and help will come. That's the only thing I can say. I was not told anything else. I'm very low level in regards to this mission. Honestly, it's a miracle I'm here at all.
Hey,
You know what?
chin up. You're important. Every little bit helps. And that includes you.
You didn't mean literally. Oh, okay.
I mean, they didn't mean literally, but it's also good to look up because people never think to look up, and looking up is very important. So look up and also look up.
Death from above.
Yeah. All right. The cover of dusk is coming. As soon as that hits, you're good to go. And remember, do not get caught. But find your way to the tower and burn it to the ground. And whatever you do, don't go head to head with the Archpriestess. You won't come out alive. Okay? All right, hands in the circle, I guess? Yeah. I didn't think this far ahead. Does anybody have anything they want to cheer? Oh God, the pressure's getting to me.
We can just say burn it to the ground.
Oh, I like that. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Burn it to the ground.
That wasn't
You
quite
turn.
together, but we got it. We got it.
Oh yeah. I feel like you got it in your hearts.
Mhm.
The
And you
sentiment.
Sentiments there. All right, you all turn, and we are now going to move to our map of Galgenbeck.
Oh, it is a map. Oh, it's a map.
Welcome to Galgenbeck. You are going to start at point A. You all approach this towering city. Lights breathe to life at the gates as two robed figures stare out, their backs to the stone wall behind them. You notice within the cracks there is something sticky and shining red between the obsidian stone. And they look out, watching in the night. They don't seem to be armed. But this is the gate to Galgenbeck. You stand at your first trial. What would you like to do?
Can I tell what the red stuff is in between the obsidian?
You might have to get closer to be more sure, but you can. I will let you guess. Let me take a look. Let me take a look. We are at Coveton. You are an occult herb master. You know what the fuck that is. You
Okay.
look and you know that's blood. You know that's congealing blood.
Okay. All right.
You're positive.
I was kind of hoping it was going to be something more exciting. I mean, blood is so pedantic. It's everywhere.
I forgot. Don't no one freak out, but I've gotten word that it's inside of us right now.
I know, right?
I can fix
Sorry.
that. Say the word.
I mean, I'm always excited when you fix those things. But we should deal with getting in the gate first. I was just curious.
That is definitely blood that someone has packed together.
Hmm.
Are the gates open?
The gates are not open. There is a portcullis that is currently up.
Mm.
Do we
So we gotta
see
get
where the
over-
controls for the
Do it.
Hold on, I didn't hear that. Elisa, can you go first? And then Sam, I'll hop to you.
Do we see where the controls for the portcullis are? Are they
Yes, you
visible
see
to
that there.
us?
There's a. You can see that there is a mechanism to pull on the ground beside the left guard. Sam, what was your question?
Oh,
So one would have to get over the wall and to the controls. Yes, that's the path. Or do we see
No.
other ways?
No, actually, it's on the outside.
The chutzpah.
The fucking balls on these motherfuckers.
Oh, not for long, not for long.
I mean, or they're more concerned about keeping people in than keeping
That was
people
my
out.
thought.
Yeah.
Mhm. Interesting.
Mm.
Why would you infer that, I wonder?
Smart cookie.
so,
I say
so
the
the
obvious.
plan is to kill that left guard and open the portcullis, right?
Right guard too, just in case.
Have we considered, I know this sounds extreme, asking them and then killing them if they don't do what we ask?
Hmm.
I'm
always worth
feeling
an ask.
generous. I'm
Ask
feeling
forgiveness.
generous. I'm feeling generous.
It will be less noisy if we can convince them to open the gate, and that may mean we encounter less resistance inside.
But what if they raise the alarms? Then it will be.
We killed him. We killed him immediately.
Hmm.
Oh, you're feeling generous. No. You ask him. Ah.
I will go with you to ask. Sword in hand,
Yes.
ready for slaughter.
Awesome.
All right. The two of you are approaching. What are the two of you doing? Hiding? Are you approaching with them?
I'm probably standing back a few feet, like, they've got this. They've got this. I've got Buddy on my shoulder, and I'm just kind of idly standing there like, oh, it's going to happen. It's going to be fine. Don't worry about me.
I'm flanking him. Moment they step out of line. That's the last step. But
You,
do the thing.
Mhm.
I can do the thing.
You
And
all
then-
notice. Oh, good. You
Yeah.
actually all notice the ground is completely flat, as if someone has flattened the hill to a smooth surface.
Hello. We would like entrance into the city.
Dares approach the mouthpiece of Verhu, the eyes of the basilisk god, the soul of the speaker of truths. Tell me who approaches on the eve of destruction.
Me? I'm standing
Tell
in front of
me
you. I'm
Who
standing in front of you.
the hair of the snake, the heart of the tooth. Who dares?
I hate this guy.
The fingers of the cartilage.
Plan B? I think we tried. It was a good effort.
Yeah, I gotta chop his head off.
You investigate your sword and risk essentially off his body. Mother of God. Okay.
It was
Okay,
kind of
can you
really
roll me a-
annoying.
He's very annoying. Can you roll me a strength test?
I'm
gonna let you get one round in before we have to roll
yes.
initiative.
Do I do it like this?
Let me see. Let me see if you did it. I don't need to know that noise cancellation is on. Thank you. That's correct. You swing your sword and you watch as the guard jolts back as if shocked that there is suddenly steel glinting in the night. And it's almost as if your blade goes wide and slices into the obsidian, and you hear a crack as the gentle, delicate stone breaks a little bit. But you do miss. I'm going to let Zimri go now. Very quick.
Yes.
You watch.
Right out of the fro, a scroll appears. And
Great storage system.
It's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Kind of looks at the handle, it's color coded. Opens it up and starts to just chant very quickly, very softly, as I cast 9 violet signs on Not the Storm, which does lightning.
Oh my god! We're starting strong. You begin to chant as the storm clouds above you begin to roil and grow an ultraviolet neon shade. I'm going to need you to roll me a presence test. Oh my lord.
Presents for Hanukkah.
Presents for Hanukkah. It keeps saying my noise cancellation's on, which I do not need to hear. Hold on, there's something happening in here that can't be right. I'm gonna check someone's character sheet super quickly. You know what? It is right. You begin to cast this power, and as you do, you suddenly feel the power sort of jolt through you, and you feel your head begin to pulse as you unfortunately fail to cast this spell, as you feel it backfire spectacularly. So you are going to lose 1 HP. You are going to become dizzy for the next hour. You feel yourself swaying back and forth and back and forth. And then I am going to need you to roll me.
Oh no.
Oh yes, I've warned you about powers. A D20. Welcome to Merc Borg. Welcome to Merc Borg. Nothing to see in Merc Borg. Everything sinks because it's the end of the world.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
Sounds about right.
it's about right. Magical 12.
You rolled 12?
I rolled a 12.
Oh, actually, this is my trigger warning, so I'm not going to read this. This is an eye thing. You feel your skin begin to glow, and it now begins to emit a sickly greenish light as you begin to pulsate a sickly greenish glow.
Pretty.
They're
Zimri,
gonna
that looks
think
super
I'm a
cool.
Christmas tree.
Oh, no! That's not this game!
No, you're mossy. It looks great. See, you match.
You point at your mud.
Yeah.
However, you two have now seen your friends fail. I want you all to please. Oh boy, we're starting with combat, folks.
Oh,
Now is
jeez.
the time to play your favorite heavy metal song. Play along at home, folks. Could you all please roll me a d6?
Okay. 6.
I'm rolling real dice.
Do it.
That's it.
4. You've 6.
5.
Okay.
5. Incredible. We are now going to you had a surprise round. We're going to start back up at the top of the order. We had a 6. We had a 5. We had a 5. Do we have 3 5s? 4. I see. So, we are going to really quick. Who has the higher agility score between you two?
Probably you.
And Koshak?
I don't know. I have a -3
Don't
agility
know. So
Okay.
because I roll terribly, even in character creation.
she's goth, but she's slow.
Welcome to Elisa
Damn.
playing role-playing games.
Slow goth. Sloth.
Slow goth.
Oh,
All
now all I
right.
can do is picture a goth sloth.
That's cute.
I'm here for it. Yeah.
Sure. All right, Kvetin, you see that this is failing miserably. What would you like to do?
Well, drat. So
You
I have these 2 potions. If
Okay.
one of them is the bad potion against bad people, do I got to make people drink it, or do I just throw it at them? How does that work?
It depends which one we're looking at. Let me go to my occult herb master page.
Yeah, so I have black poison, which I only have one use of because I also rolled poorly. There's a toughness rating or a D6 HP and blinded for 1 hour, negative a D6. So I wonder, can I
just throw him?
Yeah,
just throw him. Yeah,
okay.
I like that. Throw him. You're
Okay.
a grenadier.
All right, because I think in this moment, Kvetin is like, oh, they didn't take care of it. That's a surprise. Bunk. Pull the cork. Throw.
Very
at
gentle.
this.
Hava Nagila. So it spirals and swerves through the air.
It's a lob. It's a lob, especially since my agility sucks too. So I'm going for the careful lob. And yeah, so it's a toughness DR 14, or else they take the stuff.
So the fun fact about Mork is I never roll. You are all the ones who roll.
Oh.
So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to flip to another page.
All flipping.
I have now flipped to another page.
Okay.
You are going to test your presence to see if you hit.
Okay. Here we go. I rolled a 19. I think that's good.
That's a hit, baby.
Yes.
Mazel tov, motherfucker. Congratulations. Right. You watch as this glass shatters in this man's face. He reels back with a hiss and his hood falls back, and you see that he has carved what appears to be a swirling snake across his face and down into his skin. And he hisses as he tumbles back.
That's going away. Sorry. That's gonna be gone now.
Black poison, you said you're rolling?
Yep. So it's a negative a D6, and he is blinded for 1 hour. I don't think he's gonna last for an hour, but hey, it's worth mentioning.
Roll me a D6.
1. really just aiming, but I was a little distracted when I made that poison. It's not as poisonous.
You watch as it sinks into some of his mouth, and he begins to cough and grasp at his throat as he sinks to his knees, and you watch as he begins to cough up black bile, and you watch as he convulses and collapses to the ground in front of Zimri. You've killed him. He had 1 HP.
Oh, buddy, that worked a lot better than I was expecting.
You are in the first interaction.
And that's one of my 2 potions, so just gone. Buddy, that worked so good. We're gonna have to make another one of those. Yeah.
You see that Buddy's doing a touchdown dance in your hand. You two are doing the same exact dance. All right, we are going to move to Zimri. Zimri, you watch as this man falls to your feet, convulsing. There is one left right next to oh my goodness. Khoshekh, what are you going to do?
So, I have grossly underestimated this scenario. I'm gonna try to just pull out the sword. Nice and simple, just a nice little slash stab thing.
A little slashy damage, Just a little cute slash, a little stabby. So roll for that. What are we looking at?
It looks scary. It's a 14.
And a damaged 1. And as you know, that's all you need. All right, you swing your sword on high. How are you killing him?
It's like a I didn't want to. A quick removal, just run through, shake it off, put it back, moving on.
You watch as it slices through him like butter. And you watch as he convulses. They're both men. I'm sorry, it happened. And falls to the ground at your feet. A little bit of blood spurts up onto Khoshekh and Zimri onto you. And you watch as he falls as well, right next to his compatriot. There is now no longer anyone at the gate. You have taken them out before they could say anything. Gavril, you were ready to leap into action, but it seems that, you know what? On second thought, this was well in hand. And we are now out of initiative combat order. Congratulations. You have overcome the guards.
He was annoying.
This is perfect. You should use diplomacy more often. I love what it looks like.
That was a practice swing. Next time, I will connect.
We're warming up. I mean, this is it's the beginning of the night, right?
Yeah, maybe a little like calisthenics. Starts just, like stretching it out.
You see,
I don't want
Koshek whispering to Fred, "How dare you? How dare you?"
I don't want to do any calisthenics. I'm wearing a lot of things that are going to bubble if I do that.
Maybe the calisthenics toward the, I'll nod toward the lever pulley boy gate mechanism.
Yes. Things. Mission. Got it. Everybody ready?
I'm going to gently with a foot, and by gently, I mean push really hard on both the bodies to kind of kick them into a corner. Is there like a guardhouse or something that I could hide them behind in or around so people don't immediately see bodies?
Moat? Can
Do
we
we
get a
want
moat?
Do we want to instead maybe tie them to a post so it looks like they're still standing there?
I could do that too. I got rope. Do we have a post? Are there posts?
They
I'm
were at
asking
their
in character.
post. Does that count?
We could tie them together and then like spread out their legs so that they turn into their own post.
This
Like
is
a
why this is why I
tripod!
ask. This is why I ask.
I'm just thinking if from a distance they look like they're still on guard, then nobody would be the wiser that
Brew, this
They-
place was already kind of bloodied.
Yeah, we
Exactly.
do even see it. Blends right in.
So, as you are pondering this, you notice that there seems to be an outhouse nearby with a little pit dug in. You also notice that there are a few stakes around with some heads on them. You have a wealth of options for how to dispose of these bodies.
Outhouse,
Ooh.
outhouse, outhouse, outhouse.
In the pit.
I would like to grab a body and then she drags the body halfway to the outhouse, stops and goes, "You're right, buddy, you're right." And I would like to search the body for anything that might be useful.
Buddy looks around. I don't think Buddy has said anything, but it's like, I did say something inside. They're connected.
Mm-hmm.
You search the body. You find on his person a knife. It does D4 damage. It is made of obsidian glass. It looks more ritualistic than it does active. So after one use, it looks like it does something and then breaks.
Oh, that's exciting. I will take it.
You also find one copper key.
Okay, yes, key.
I mean, it's probably not to the outhouse, I don't think.
There's no luck on the outhouse, which is, I feel like, a whole HR thing they have to go through at some point, but they're dead, so they're never going to have to go through HR again, which in some ways is a blessing. I think you've done a mitzvah today.
That's my whole goal in life. I'm going to point to the key so everyone knows I have it and then stick it in a pouch. And then, person in outhouse.
All right, you dump the person into the outhouse with a very satisfying sloshing sound.
Someone grab the other body, but look at it first. You might find a key.
I'll grab the other body.
Yeah,
Might
I'm
as
not
well
a
do
strong
something.
individual.
All right.
Oh, I'm
Hoshak,
not either. It just took me a very long time.
a lot of breathing.
Yeah, a lot of
All
that.
right.
There's a lot of that.
Hoshak, you're going to approach the body. Gavril, are you going to be doing anything?
While they're doing that, I'm going to loop the pulley rope for the portcullis and hook it onto the rigidizer bar on the back of my chair. So then you can just push forward. It do lift.
You got it. All right. Hoshak, you're going to search the body, and what you find as well is another obsidian dagger of the same make, with the same strange runes carved into it. You know it does D4 damage, and if you stab someone with it, it will break, but it will do something else. So when you use it, please let me know you are using your obsidian knives.
Okay.
You also
Anything else?
find, yes, you also find in this person's pocket a scrap of paper with a love letter to Verhu in it. It is raunchy.
Awesome.
It's downright filthy.
So's he's in a shit pit.
Where would you like this as I like hoist the body up?
Pit.
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 Eat him in the pit.
And I will attempt to hoist the body up over my shoulder still holding Fred in my other hand, and drag it to the pit.
Yeah.
The pit
You
of
are-
despair.
You are very strong, so that is you very.
Am I?
Are you? You presented it as.
I mean, I want to be, but
We all want to be.
Aw.
I feel like you can all like at least drag a body. I feel like that's a good.
feel like I can drag a body.
Can drag a
I'm
body.
Perfect.
definitely stronger than I am agile.
We're gonna test that eventually. You are going to drag that body and you throw it into the pit with the other one. Less of a satisfying splash, but more of a satisfying thud. You know? And you have now attached the rope to your chair. And do you push forward?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much like towing something, right?
Yeah.
So, physics.
You
Now,
got it.
Koshak is not a smart character. However, let me raise one more, idea here. Do we want to actually, I don't know how this exact pulley works, but do we want to permanently cut the rope or do something to the rope, to the pulley system, so that we can get back out after we do our deed?
Give me one of those stakes.
Sure.
Okay. You take one of the stakes.
So I'm going to pull, if you pull, grab the rope, pull away from the gate, pulley goes, gate up. I'm going to stick a stake in the ground while I'm away and wrap the rope around it. Stays open.
Okay. It's open. You wrap the rope around it, you stick it in. Anyway,
Physics.
Physics. And it does stay open. Indeed, you have now opened the gate. It rises with a creaking sound that echoes a little bit, and you go very slowly. It makes a little bit of sound. It's a little rusted. It seems like this front gate doesn't get opened very often.
I like doing
way.
things that don't happen very often.
We should go through quick before we are discovered. This will bring attention for sure.
Go through quick.
You duck in and you walk into Galgenbeck proper. We are now moving from A to B. You slink down the streets, strangely empty in the dying light. Your figure's warped and bloated across the walls of burned out houses. For those of you who lived in Galgenbeck, you know who these houses used to belong to. A distant roar of a crowd rises, and the ground beneath you gives a sudden belch, jolting ever so slightly. You all stop, regain your balance, and wait. There is no more movement from the ground, but you can hear the crowd continuing. As you walk down the street, you notice a pockmarked roofless building stretches down the entire road, a large, what would have been almost palatial building if it had not been burned. When you hear the sound of many footsteps and joyous whoops, steel grinding on rock coming your way. Whoever's coming, there are many of them. What would you like to do?
Any
Are we
alleys
using
nearby?
diplomacy? Sorry, go ahead.
Any alleys nearby? Any hiding spots? Looking around.
You notice that this pockmarked building, that larger, older palatial one, it does have a lot of like rubble, things that have broken down that you can use to get inside.
Yes, let's not be here.
I guess that's a type of diplomacy, yeah.
Simply not engage.
We're putting the dip in diplomacy and we dip right out.
We do have a mission. This is not it.
You slip into the pockmarked building, but as you do, I need each of you to please make me an agility check.
Uh-oh.
A test.
Okay.
But I am not good at that.
No,
I know you
neither.
didn't say that, and it does seem targeted, and I want you to know it is.
I
I want you to know it was
Oh, I didn't do too badly.
Ooh.
me. Ooh.
That's
That's
Okay.
a -3, folks.
That was really good, but my concern is with one Lauren Ovo.
Yeah,
Rolled a
okay,
one.
so I rolled a 3 and have a -2, so I got a 1. Yeah.
That's
I feel
incredible.
like I should be like, I do have a 20. Does that help?
We do not have natural 20s in Merc Borg. This is a meat grinder of the game.
I know.
I feel like
Sam?
I've turned to Buddy as we're entering into this rubble, and I'm like, and you need to be really quiet and with and that's yeah.
Well, that's what you assume happens. Sam, what did you roll?
Rolled a 10 plus nothing, and Gutterborn's Come gives me stealthy, so the DR is -2 for stealth actions.
Perfect. And every time I see Hoshech, why do I keep doing this? Hoshech's sword, I get very distracted. I'm like, shiny.
I'm sorry, I was putting it away. It's my arm. It's heavy.
Oh, it's heavy.
It's real.
It
so
looks
it's very
heavy.
It is
You're
heavy.
well armed.
You're gonna be well armed if you keep holding that. Benton, you are trying to slip inside with everyone else. You all manage to slip your way through when you feel something catch. And you hear a puncture sound. And then you hear the sound of liquid.
I know that sound.
You look behind you. You don't really have time to assess what's going on, but you duck in. And you are now all inside of the pockmarked building. And you look behind you and you realize that you have lost your oil.
Hold on a second. I gotta go get something. I'll be right back.
You start to turn to go get it as you hear these voices coming closer. And you can see in the little gaping area, the oil leaking down onto the floor.
Oh, no. I'm gonna continue to scramble my way over there and try to grab the container and like put the hole upright so that it doesn't leak anymore. And no. Back to my friends.
Fortunately, with a 1, you have lost all of your oil.
Well, crap.
You are down to 3 jugs of oil.
I come back with an empty jug. Well, there's a problem.
Didn't we need all of those?
Look, solution. We find oil on the way. Maybe. I mean, we can't. We gotta do what we gotta do, and we'll figure it out on the way.
Save the cask.
I will. I got it.
If anything. Well, do we have any rags or anything we can sop up some of the oil and at least make use of it as torches if we'll need them later or something? For now, we might as well, use the spilled oil. Waste not, want not.
Mm-hmm.
We could make a modified Molotov cocktail. Our people did invent that.
Hear me out. If they see us and they try to come in, we just light the oil.
The empty cask one, but because it's lined with oil still.
Well, yeah, there's oil all pooled on the ground too. So
I like all these plans.
And then we 86 out of a different door, hopefully.
Well, wow that you're here. You hear the voices start to go by and you all hush and you wait in the shadows as the sun begins to set. You shelter in these ruins when you all notice where you actually are. There's familiar runes on the wall that all of you can read. However, they are covered in graffiti and someone has attempted, or many someones have attempted to scratch them out. An old sepulcher rests at the foot of a pedestal. Rock and copper and gold tumbled down, picked through. Whatever happened here is sacrilege. But you've seen a lot of that.
Don't look, buddy.
It fuels my anger and drives me forward.
Mm-hmm. However, you do notice that someone has laid a flower on top of the sepulcher. Fresh.
What kind of flower?
An orchid. Hard to find.
Grow. Someone who really cared.
Does the flower look dried or fresh?
Fresh.
Wow. So we will have allies within these walls.
An eye for orchids.
All the flower people.
What do bakers have to do with this?
Oh, them too.
You make it so hard for me to keep in character.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. You have some time as you wait for this crowd to pass. You can hear them all excitedly talking to one another about what's to come, about the gathering at the tower.
2 quick questions. 1.
2 quick answers.
Awesome. 1, I actually have a lantern with oil for presence plus 6 hours. Is that
Okay.
enough oil to refill the
Very
oil?
tiny amount of oil.
Drat. Okay. I figured, but I figured I'd ask. 2, as they're walking by, there's a moment when Kvetch goes and pulls out her own lamp and is like, oh, that's nope. As they're all walking by, when they're talking about the gathering at the tower, can we hear more details?
Sure. You would have to get a little closer to find out.
I mean, if you haven't figured out by now, Kvetin is the one who's just gonna go do the thing. So
Now you're just saying convention. Now you're just saying convention.
I mean, I'm okay with it. I'm both Kvetin and I are totally okay with that. So unless someone wants me to not do that, I'm gonna start moving towards a wall and put my ear against the wall.
Please do the bad idea.
Okay.
Please.
Come on, buddy. We're gonna go listen in. I'm gonna go up to a wall and just kind of
Cock your ear to the wall. I'm going to need you to roll me an agility check.
Oh, I'm real good at those.
Oh yeah. Well, let's see if the redemption.
Hey, that's a 15.
Oh hell yeah! You manage to slink your way across the wall, and you press your back to its cool stones, and you can feel the way that the scarred rock seems to press back into your hands, and you almost become one with this piece of wall, and you listen. And you hear babbling and excited talk, almost manic in tone and pitch, of the gathering, of the war chants, of the final rising of Verhu. That once Verhu is finally risen, there will be no stopping this.
I'll put Buddy on the top of my head so hopefully they can hear a little bit closer. I'm just standing there.
And you listen. And while you are listening, the other 3 of you hear the sound of rock moving.
Don't like that.
And you listen and notice the sepulchre's tomb cover is moving to the side. And you see a woman's face peek out. You see that she has shaved her head almost completely. She has tattooed the runes on the wall across her scalp. And she looks out. And gestures. Doesn't say a word. Just gestures for you to come into the tomb.
There's a moment I don't see them because I'm still like hardcore listening.
Yeah, you're still like, you're in it.
And then I look over and I see everybody just moving.
Zetin.
And I'll run on over.
All right, buddy, he kind of bounces on your head as you run, and you can feel him kind of grab onto your hair, like almost Pacific Rim style. And you appear now in front, and you begin to walk into this tomb. Is there anything else you wanted to do in this burned out rubble? Anything else you want to go and do before you go inside?
Anything else we see that might have been... This place looks torn up all to bits. This looks like people deliberately went in and trashed it for the love of going in and trashing it. Is there anything that I see that might have been overlooked in here?
Can you roll me a presence test?
Yes, I love rolling poorly.
While they're
there's no
doing
time
that,
like the
Oh,
presence.
heck.
oh,
That's a 19 on the die -1.
hey,
Oh, holy shit. We're gonna get to what you find in a minute. Khoshekh, would you please go ahead and let me know what you want to do?
oh, I would, Hosha can't read, but obviously recognizes the symbols. I would like to ask the rest of the party if they can actually tell me what it says.
So you can read the symbols. You just
Oh, I
can't
can?
read the writing of the world, but you can read these symbols.
I can read these symbols. Oh, so what do these symbols say? Because I don't think we really determined that.
You may read them. All
Okay.
right. You begin to read and you realize that they are a scroll that you now gain access to. And now I want to be clear, normally you wouldn't be able to use power, but this scroll you will be able to use once before it dries up. And it is called the Festival. And in the festival, you may bewitch up to 10 people to dance for 10 hours.
Oh.
So we can bewitch, bother, and bewilder.
Only bewitch. I think it's up to them whether or not they're bothered, I guess.
I mean, I think after 10 hours, they're both bothered and bewildered by 10 hours of dancing.
That
Define-
one.
You know what?
Yeah.
Define people.
That's where we're getting risky. Humanoids.
Humanoids
they
that
are
also
human-
look like basilisks with 2 heads?
You can't make a party. If that's what, you know what? If you use every single one of those 10 on the basilisk, I will let you roll. I will let you roll to see if you can get the basilisk to party.
Consider dance, revolution.
I knew you were going to say that.
But I'm here for it.
Yeah, if we can make it to the basilisk without using this first, I'd say we need to.
We gotta hydrate. Everyone remember to drink your waters.
Mazel.
Mazel, mazel. All right.
Time.
You all are going to walk down. We're actually about to reach our break very soon. I just want to flag that for everybody as we begin to walk down and down and down, following this woman, her lantern weaving and waving as you realize it is what appears to be not a lantern at all, but a small doe with a lantern on its head, skin grown over the glowing light. And she walks, and as you get deeper and deeper, she begins to hum, the sound echoing, and it reminds you of a mother's song. It reminds you of warm fire and hearth. It reminds you of the holidays, and it makes you angry. And she walks you down and down and down, and she stops at the line of stone and sinew. And she turns back to you. And she takes one step deeper, and you can hear the squelch of her foot on pink surface. And you hear a dripping sound and a pulsing sound, and you hear a groan. And she smiles. I can lead you to the sanctum to talk to her. She will help you.
Yes. Who's her?
Verhu is not the only god that resides within these walls. His mother would like to meet you.
Mom?
And you hear a deep groan, and again the earth moves and belches, and you hear a sigh. Are they coming? Will you come? You want to burn it down, yes? Come and parlay. We can help you.
I look over at my 3 companions, eyes wide.
I mean, we did already follow you down a secret tunnel, if you will, and I don't see why we shouldn't at this point.
I am skeptical, but I have a sword.
Burn it down.
Burn it down.
Buddy says we should join you. Yes.
You hear from Buddy. Holy shit! And with that, we are going to take our break, folks. I have some quick things to read before we do. Thank you all so much. We are going to have around a 15-minute break, so we all have time to take a minute to come down, to hang out, to get some water, to use the bathroom, to throw people in the bathroom if we don't like them. All that fun stuff. Get your hydration on, get your meds on, subscribe to the Twitch channel and the YouTube channel. Remember that there are ongoing giveaways. ! Mork Borg, ! Cyborg. Enter, love it, live it, laugh it. See you soon. Do you want me to shout Happy Hanukkah again? Because I can.
Your noise gate is more aggressive than that portcullis.
I'm just trying so hard to like really show off the range of my screams, and I feel like we've really only dipped under the surface. I know that we went a little over break. We were talking about Hanukkahs and candles and stuff. I have a question. How do you make a Hanukkah more metal?
I don't know. How do you make a Hanukkah more metal?
I was hoping one of you would have the answer, and I wouldn't have.
Oh, I totally thought this was
I thought it was a joke setup. I legitimately
also thought it was a joke setup.
That's why I was immediately there with
a better joke. I was hoping somebody else would have a better joke and jump on it, and I was like, "Oh, this will be fine. I'll volleyball it." And then I didn't tell anyone it was throwing in the air. And I just played it. And then it fell
I
back
do
on my
have
head
a
and went
dream.
off.
I have a dream Hanukkah, which is a Hanukkah made out of Hanukkahs.
The
ultimate
Yoda
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah of
Oh my God,
legend.
Hanukkah.
I've
And
only
then-
heard about it in song.
I have made specialized Hanukkahs. The year that Hanukkah and Thanksgiving fell on the same day was a joyous year for Elisa, because I if I could dig up a picture right now, I would. But I basically took a ceramic turkey and converted it into a Hanukkah, and it was so cool. It was like, that was the best year. Man, the menu that year was so good. Anyway.
Also, I could totally see someone cooking an entire turkey over a full lit, all the candles. Like,
How many hours was that?
Flamethrower Hanukkah.
That's how you
my-
make a Hanukkah more metal. There you are.
mm-hmm.
Hey, that's a weapon that you're about to find. Don't spoil it for yourselves. How dare you?
Oh, now I'm just more excited.
I had the moment of discovery with you while I said it. So
I'm so
All
excited.
right. And so, speaking of things, I have a little speech I have to do before we go into it. Welcome back, everybody. We are returning from break. If you couldn't tell, we're Jews. You're welcome. Happy Hanukkah, everybody. Welcome to a very Hanukkah Mork Borg, where we do a very hardcore retelling of Hanukkah as a heavy metal apocalyptic tale. We are also doing a giveaway courtesy of Mork Borg. If you type Mork Borg and Cyborg into the chat, you will be entered to do a drawing at the end of the stream where you can win the books. That's Morkborg and Cyborg. God, I can spell. So we're going right back into the action as we go down literally into the belly of the beast, as this quiet, rune-covered woman with her strange, fleshy deer beckons you forward to meet Verhu, the god's mother. And you begin to walk, and you begin to move, and you begin to go down. Gavril, you feel yourself beginning to pick up speed as you go, and you have to actually either make an effort or lean into it, because it seems that whatever is happening, it's going deep down into the earth.
All right. I will. Let's see. Is Gavril a gloves type? Yes, Gavril is a gloves type. So I will use the side of my hands, use a bit of friction to it, and slow my roll, since in those chairs we don't do what I do in my street chair and just wheelie to slow down. Those have anti-tips. Well, until they don't anymore.
It's like we're foreshadowing something. Whatever could it be? What? Either way, you all begin to move down, and as you do, you notice there's a curve and a coil to whatever this pathway is. And finally, you come to a stop as she leads you. And you realize you are in a throne room, or at least a semblance of a throne room. A large stone chair sits in the center, where you see what appears to be another woman made entirely out of uvula. And she leans back. It's very precious that you said that. And she leans back. Why is Elisa laughing? Go look up Punch Up in the Uvula, Elisa Teague on Google. You'll be in on the joke. All right.
How dare you? That was told in confidence.
Building
Yes,
confidence to the entire internet.
Oh no. Oh yes. Either way, this very lumpy woman sits completely nude on this chair. She seems to be smoking a cigarette without a mouth, and it does not seem to burn down. And she turns an expressionless face to you, connected by strings to this strange fleshy tunnel. And you see the woman who has led you here give a deep curtsy and almost genuflect down. My lady, she says, I have brought them as you requested. And the woman doesn't speak, but you can hear the voice echoing from around you as if you are within the voice itself. Excellent. Good. Do you know who I am? Not many do, I'm afraid, anymore.
Just going off of context clues, I heard you're someone's mom.
We are, and we are not. And then you watch as the head begins to spin, and you watch as this thing begins to move as a second head rotates to face you. And you hear a second voice echo. She is, I'm not. You can call me Ark. That was Lucy. And we're tired. And we have a feeling, so are you. So we've come to offer our aid in your time of need. For you see, Verhu's not the only basilisk in Garganbeck. So, I give you weapons. I give you power to take down my son and his brother. To burn this city to ash so we may start anew. Is this out of character, Dan, or are you? No, it's like you raise your hand.
Mm-hmm.
The head spins again and almost rights itself. Yes?
Do you have any oil, perhaps, for this burning that you suggest?
Oil. No, oil is painful. Oil is fire. Oil is harm. Whatever oil you brought, you may use it yourself. But no, burn in a metaphorical sense. Burn in a personal sense. And the head spins again. We offer you blades and fire of the passion, of the senses. We offer you beyond what is physical. And yet what is painful is not also physical, is it not? So make a deal. We can make you more powerful. We can give you the tools you'll need to finish the job. After all, you human beings, you're so dramatic. I'll let you finish your job.
Where's your mat? You're in a throat room. But you promised blades and fire of passion, not of fire. But I've never heard of a deal that didn't have two sides.
Well, this might be a throat room, but you're talking to the goat room, the greatest of all time room.
All right, throat goat, what do you want?
I don't know what I expected from this interaction, and it really wasn't that, but I really did set you up for that one.
Please
Really
tell me you
did.
just said that in character, because that'd be amazing.
Yeah, you know what? Ark is like, yeah, I set you up. That one's on me. That's absolutely my bad. I forget, you humans are so witty with your turn of phrases. And then the head spins. It's so long since I've had humor.
I mean, I think there's some bones we passed that might have a humor that you could use.
Oh, I have a femur.
You just
And
pull
I
a femur out.
Yeah, my weapon is, I literally have a femur.
It cost an arm and a leg, but at least you get one of them back.
And the head spins again. You're so fucking funny. And you see they flick some ash from the cigarette, and then you feel the walls recoil as if they have forgotten. And And you watch as a piece of flesh opens and you see an array of weapons before you. You see a very large moil. You see what appears to be a huge gauntlet, a Hanukkah that seems to glow a strange purple burnish. And finally, a small mushroom pulsating.
Okay, I really want the mushroom, but I also really want you to answer Gavril's question because they had a really good question, and I feel like I'm gonna say yes anyway because I really want the mushroom, but we should probably find out what's in it. Why?
You want Verhugan, so do we. There is a battle going on that's raging deeper. You think this is really the end of the world? Why do you think Verhu won't let anyone out of Galgenbeck?
I knew they were keeping the gate closed for the people inside. I knew it.
Very smart of you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And then this head turns, you're welcome. And then it turns back around again. So, you can burn the tower. After all, I have spies on the inside. I know exactly what you're planning. Leave Verhu to me. Weaken him. Make him suffer. And then I'll emerge and save the day and save the world. Burn Galgenbeck to the ground. Kill everyone inside for all I care. But then leave and never come back. And do not turn around as you walk away.
Is anyone else picking up like real sketch vibes?
Yeah,
Group
but
sketch.
super. Yeah, but magic mushrooms and powerful person who's going to help us do the thing we were going to do anyway.
But this was an area that we know our people inhabited before. And now we are being told that we can defeat Verhu and put her in power, and then we can't come back to our, I don't know if homeland is the right word, but this is obviously a place where we belong. So is this just another replacement, another person driving us out?
At the end of the day, lines are drawn and they're arbitrary. You can be born somewhere, but then you turn to ash somewhere else. Does that give you better claim to somewhere? Draw your arbitrary lines somewhere else. I'll help you. You want to burn a town down and take it for yours. You want to conquer the forest. I'll give it to you. Just leave Galgenbeck to me.
How
What are you
about? Oh, go. No, please.
What are you going to do with it?
I don't think that's any of your business.
Well, I'm going to ask it anyway.
So, hear me out. How about we work together towards our common goal, and then from there, we'll see what happens.
And you see this uvula begin to tremor a little bit. And you feel a rush of air from one of the ends of the tunnels. Can you roll me a presence test?
I can.
Will you for me, please? It's so important.
Is there any way to offer like help or assistance or guidance or something in this game, or is it just nope, you gotta roll and do it?
You know what? Yeah. I will let you assist and add an extra D6 to the roll.
Oh.
I would love to assist, and I'll assist by
That's
my
complicated. I'm giving advantage. I'll just give you advantage. Who am I kidding? I love the dragon game. I'll give you advantage. Fuck it. All right. How are you assisting, Kvetin?
I think it's just a mixture. All my friends are a little more suspicious than I am. I'm mostly just really excited to get some help and get that mushroom. And I'd like to think that it's my inclination to be happy to meet this person and see this magic mushroom that I'm giving off good vibes.
Oh, all right. The vibes are positive. The vibes are not rancid. The vibes are, some might say, immaculate. Immaculate conception? No, different religion, but immaculate nonetheless. All right. We're going to pivot back to Zimri. You may roll with advantage.
Let's go with that 13.
Okay. The head spins and it stills. Whatever anger has risen at being denied seems to calm as Lucy appears. Well, that sounds all right by me. After all, I don't necessarily want for much. Perhaps you could live in the shadow of the carcass, and it would not be so bad, like parasites on sharks cleaning the teeth. Such I would find delightful. Perhaps you could write me odes and songs. It's been so long since someone has written me a song. And the head spins again. Quiet. Quiet your romantic notions. This is how we got into this mess in the first place. And the head spins again. You are always so downtrodden. Would it not be best to hope for once? To listen to the human beings? Very well. See which head wins out then by the end. Take it. And if you encounter Lucy when the fight ends, lucky be you. But if you encounter me, I am not so kind and simple-minded as my son. And no, I do not speak of Verhu. Something worse than Verhu lies beneath. Good luck. You're going to need it. And it leans back and seems to suck up into the skin again, leaving the throne empty. And you notice across the wall, there are these specialized weapons. The woman on the floor has not moved, and she is visibly shaking.
Ooh. First things
Can we
first,
check
always
out
look
these
up,
weapons?
right? That's how they get you.
Look at you.
Did you see how the two persons, the Ark and the Lucy, they went up? So, yeah, absolutely. Hey, hi, are you okay?
She raises her head. You see she's crying. I am so touched to be in her presence. I have not heard her speak to anyone in so long. It feels I have been worshipping a stone statue, and it's nice to know there's someone to speak back. That you are not alone fighting.
It's always nice to know when someone's listening, yeah.
I've been here by myself for a very long time.
What does the writing on the tattooed writing on her head say?
You read it. And you see, let me get that for you.
Yeah, because something's fishy here.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
I couldn't possibly know.
Nah, it's fine.
The vibes are
Chat has
sketch
like 5
vibe
seconds.
versus immaculate vibes gets you like average
Still
vibes.
Fishy. It's definitely
All right.
default to fishy.
I mean, definitely putting the mean in statistical mean for that average, yes.
It says, but doubts and loves dig up the world like a mole, a plow, and a whisper will be heard in the place where the ruined house once stood.
It's like a map. That's kind of cool.
So, magic stuff?
Magic stuff. All right, we have the moil, the very suspiciously large moil.
But
For
you also said
everyone,
there were weapons, right?
yeah, there's the yes. So it is a moil knife. There is a gauntlet, a little huge gauntlet. There is a tiny little mushroom, and there is God. What was the third one that I said? What was the third thing?
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
Yes,
Yeah.
the Hanukkah that's pulsating a strange purple glow. You see those 4 things before you. I think I know. Kvetin, you watch as Buddy darts away from you and curls around the mushroom and chitters.
Yeah, I know. I wanted it too. Yeah. Was it
Buddy begins to dance on the mushroom a little bit, just a little tap dance.
no licking or eating until we know what it is? Remember last time? Yeah. 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 You were weird for days. Good.
They look like hurt that you call them weird. They look a little hurt by that.
Well, I mean, you were. You like just kept looking at trees for hours. I was worried. I just don't want you to have to go through that again. Well, let's see what this does.
You take the mushroom.
Oh,
The
yeah.
mushroom is now yours. You now have a shroom of doom.
I'm so happy.
I'm so happy you're happy. The shroom of doom, when you crumple it up and blow it in someone's face, the spores, you do 1 damage. The target will begin to hallucinate and attack their allies. It is 3 uses.
Oh, damn. Okay.
It's a big mushy boy.
I'm so happy.
It's your shroom of doom, baby.
Hey, which do you want? Because this is going to be... I'm so excited about this. And I'll move out of the way so everybody else can take a thing.
All right, you move out of the way and you see there is a gauntlet. You see that there is the Hanukkah. And you see that there is also a big moil knife.
I'm not gonna lie. It's glowing purple. It's glowing purple. And it's just like kind of like, okay. Looks familiar. A little purple.
Looks familiar. You take that one?
Mm-hmm.
That's the Hanukkah.
Yes, it is.
Don't come for me, Jews. I've already been canceled by my family. You can't cancel the truth.
Challenge accepted.
Listen, we knew what we signed up for and we're here for it.
Didn't know. You were amply warned. You take this. I just got a message from the producer that says, I will turn the stream around. You know it's bad when your producer comes into your chat to yell at you about a joke you made on stream. The Hanukkah!
It's a good
your
joke.
weapon.
It's a great joke, even.
Great joke, even. But I'm gonna have to ask you to stop. And I cannot be stopped. All right. The Hanukkah, you are able to, if you light a match in front of it, you are able to blast a flamethrower of fire. I hate that you guessed it, but you did guess it. And you will be able to immolate anything that is not stone, iron, or metal. And if it is a human being and you succeed on a toughness DR 12, they will burn to ash.
They're not stone. I mean, you know.
Yeah. You may use it 3 times.
Well, we think we can use it for 3. Are you sure we can't use it for 20?
I'm it's really screaming, like 8 to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Oh, wow. I wonder why. Are you saying that because I'm Jewish?
The number came to me in a dream, really feeling that 8. It's like
it's a good number.
Miracle or something.
I looked at the Twitch chat. To make Hanukkah puns is an open practice, so have fun, chat, because they're doing a lot of Hanustilia jokes. Thank God. There's also a Hanabilia. Incredible. Good luck, folks. I'm getting out of that chat. I don't want to watch that happen. I'm the star of this pun show until someone else talks. Then it's your turn. All right. So that's that one. We have a gauntlet left and a overly large moil knife.
have a sword. So
You do have a sword.
Gavril, would you like the overly large moil knife and I'll take the gauntlet? Aha.
I'm sorry, slow
We're
clap in
already
chat for
planning on
that.
taking.
This is going to be a bris to remember. Jesus
Oh,
God.
I am here for all of
So
this
I will
knife
take the
wielding
gauntlet
action.
then.
And we will accomplish it briskly.
Oh,
So now you're going to give me a pun.
oh,
I earned a pun.
I'm sorry, you flicked around that knife and now I just need a
Knife
moment.
on top of a pun too. Oh boy.
Oh,
We're trying to stay sharp here.
You got one more.
What, are you tangry with me?
If I could leave this Zoom and not fuck up our producer's hard work, I absolutely would.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But
That
no, I
means a
would
lot.
leave in a heartbeat. I would leave. If this was someone's house, I'd walk into a closet and shut the door. I'd go back in the
No,
closet.
there are skeletons in there. It's been a while since I saw, none of the gay people,
Yeah.
they all came out.
Okay, good. All right. So let's talk about this gauntlet. So the two sources we are using to give a shout out, we are using the Severed Books Darkest Rock expansion for some of these weapons, as well as Grant Howitt's Borg. So just a heads up, we are deviating from source material. For the claw, you are getting something called a Ripper Claw. It is a giant gauntlet the size of your head that you can push down onto your hand. You can now only use one hand to do things. However, it is a D10 weapon.
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, hell yeah. I forgot what stream I'm on. I mean, oh, fuck yeah. That's the stream I'm on. Never mind.
Enjoy your Clonikia.
Adjust up.
Your Clonikia. Yep, we're changing it. We have a Hanukkah and a Clonikia. And now I need to go take a Clonopin.
Yeah. Oh, geez. D10.
All right.
Love it.
D10. All right. I wish there's going to be a Manischewitz pun at least one point, so I need to go figure that one out. However, we're going to talk about the hangnail, aka the overly large Moyum knife. This is a 1d6 plus 1, and if you critical fail, you get to roll an extra attack. And you can skin someone alive with it.
Failing upwards.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Honestly, isn't that just a brisk?
Let's find out.
All right, folks. You all have your weapons. I'm going to put this away now. You stand before the rest of the maw, the pulsating, strange tunnel that you find yourself in.
The maw.
And you the maw.
Ma. Nice. Nicely done.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I'm hanging on by dear life over here.
Honestly, listen, I'm going to talk to the people for a minute. I know we look like we're having fun. I know that we look like we're having a good time, but really, try not to make too many puns in your day life. They can be toxic. They can lose you friends. Make sure you only do them when you have a knife in hand. This has been a PGA, public Jewish announcement. You're welcome.
Also, before we leave, do I see a deadly dreidel anywhere?
Not yet. Right. You remember, we're not even in Act 3 yet.
It doesn't ever hurt to ask. It seems like we're able to conjure awesome things into existence just by saying them. So I figured I put it out there.
We got none.
Sam, you're the storyteller now. Go for it.
Oh no. Never GM. I fear no pun, but that thing, it scares me.
No fear. GM. One fear.
One fear.
As in the chat, baby. Okay. We're gonna dive right back in, folks. Thank you so much for your patience. We had a couple things that were happening. We're gonna jump through these puns and go straight to the action. We have new weapons. You've made a new friend, and you see this trembling waif before you. This woman with the poem written on her head. or a map, as was so acutely said. And she nods. Are you ready?
I got a mushroom. I'm ready.
I have a
There's no
question.
time like the present.
I've got a Clonikia.
I have a question. I want to move up to her a little bit.
Yes.
You've been here worshiping her, but you've been in that tomb. Orchids don't grow in this shade. Did you see who left it?
All I remember is the sound of a cane. And it was there. That's all I know. There are still people here who believe, or don't believe, I should say, in the prophecies, who think that perhaps all is not right.
But that's what's left. I understand. Thank you.
Sometimes, and this is just the politics, I suppose, of Galgenbeck, Yosilfa saw dispute among people and thought it a rebellion. This is all for nothing. All of this. And she looks around. It's all for a misunderstanding and hatred. If you can. And she holds out a vial to you, Gavril. Bring back Yosilfa's blood for me, so I can wear it and remember what she has done. Or an ear. Either's fine.
All right. I'll if reading body language, reach out, just run my fingers, underlining the poem, and then lead on.
She turns and she walks, and you begin to go up and up and up. And you hear the roar of the crowd again. What was so muffled as if you were underwater, growing louder and louder. Slaughter! 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 Chanting over and over and over again. A wave of voices, a cacophony of sound. And as you come up to the top after climbing an impossibly far away, she stops, and you see that you are by what appears to be a small line, a square, almost a softened arch in the skin, and she peels it back. Good luck.
Thank you.
And she's going to wave and step out, and she is going to grab onto Zimri's arm and pull you closer. You are right to not believe her. Do not let her behind you. Do not look into her eyes. And she's going to release your hand.
Stay safe yourself.
She nods, and the skin door shuts. And you realize you are standing in front of another tomb. Or rather, a tomb of wine. Broken kegs and caskets litter the basement. In what was once... Say it out loud. Say it out loud, Gavril.
The door skin. She closes the door skin. Happy Hanukkah, motherfuckers. Happy Hanukkah.
I'm having a pulmonary embolism. All right.
All right, time for the Shroom of Doom.
No, All right. You are in what appears to be a basement, and you hear the cheering and the chanting, and you see there is a winding ramp. It is just a ramp leading upwards. And you see that there is a small mechanical or wrench pulled seat on the bottom. You continue up through it, and you hear the chanting grow louder and louder.
Real quick before we do.
You do.
So we're in this wine room. Everything's kind of been destroyed, but do we happen to find any casks or bottles that are not destroyed? And do we happen to maybe find some oil for those of us who rolled a 1 earlier today?
Actually, that reminds me. You find 2 bottles of Manischewitz.
Yes! I hold up both.
You double fist them.
We've been blessed.
Buddy
Or
holds a
wine,
really
okay.
tiny bottle of Manischewitz.
Yes!
A rat-sized bottle.
The most adorable
however,
Manischewitz.
Everyone who is not Vetten, can you roll me an agility check?
No.
Yeah, baby!
Is it a stealth roll?
No, it's not.
Okay.
No.
Oh, wait, it's all agility tests.
Oh.
Okay.
No.
Oh, hell yeah.
No,
This is bad.
The storyteller asked me not to roll, so everybody should be rolling well. Come on.
I have now taken your place, aka returned to full Elisa fashion, and rolled a 1.
Oh, you did too?
What? No.
You hear a shattering as you walk through. The space was too tight. And as you walk through the other side, your oil casks scraped too hard against the stone. And you hear a familiar trickle. You are down to 1 oil. It would take a miracle to burn this tower down now.
Can I at least know that the oil, because it was on my back, has now...
Sorry, I was doing a bit. What was that?
Can I at least know that the oil, I'm covered in the oil in case I need to light myself up in
You are both
terrifying
covered.
flame?
You are
Okay.
covered in the oil, Gavril. Your chair and the tires and yourself are covered in the oil.
Blaze of glory. Here we go.
Denethor mode. Let's go.
All right.
It's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure, Zimmer. You have the last oil. You begin to climb the stairs. Or not the stairs, excuse me.
No.
Not true. Not in this house. So we begin to move up the ramp. With bottles of Manischewitz now technically replacing the oil, I guess.
You get one, and you get
They
one.
are flammable. That is true.
Yep. Takes a little bit more fire, but it works. And I will hand one out to Koshek, and I will hand one to Gavril, and then I will look over at Buddy and say, "You got ours, Buddy. You keep that safe."
He's a little kiss. Hold it close on his fur. All
I
right.
trust you.
You climb, and eventually the stone begins to be interwoven with bits of bone, rib cage, more femurs. You see that there are bits of toes, bits of crashed pieces smothered into the walls. And you climb, and it is almost a mosaic, as if built out of humanity. A basilisk, 2-headed, weaves and winds its way up this ramp, built out of the bones of the faithful. And you climb. Yeah. Zimri, what? Can
I
Yeah. Okay, I thought you were gonna make a
destroy
joke. Okay, thank God.
this basilisk on our way through here? Just cash. No,
Sure.
just low effort. Can I destroy this?
So in order to you would be able to like knock some of the rib cages off. It would make a little bit of a sound, but if you wanted to properly destroy this, you would need to stop and unwedge.
Oh, we don't have time for that. On the way back.
On the way down.
Yep. I know how we can do that. We can make that happen.
On the return trip. Yeah, we got
Mhm.
this.
The return trip, right? You're making a return trip.
Mhm.
You all continue to wind your way upwards and upwards and upwards, and you feel a burning in your calves, your arms as you move your chair upwards, and you feel it in your back as you begin to sweat, and it just seems to climb. And occasionally, you will see slits in this tower, in this obsidian crackling glass. And as you look out, you see a sea of faces, bland with hatred, thrusting torches into the air and chanting, and all looking upwards. All of them looking upwards in the direction of the tower. And that is when you begin to hear the muffled voice. I pray in the people. And you climb, and you climb, and the voice becomes clearer and clearer and clearer. The time has come to welcome the prophecy and see to it the end. And as you climb, you approach what appears to be an elevator with a pulley attached that seems to be able to rise up. And you see the night sky above you, dark, inky black. And the voice is crystal clear. In now our time of need, in our time of suffering, we can only welcome the end. But by doing so, we must destroy those who do not agree or believe with Verhu, who do not see the truth of the matter. And you hear a roar from beneath. Know this, the voice says, for we burn tonight, even if we dare, now even if we dare, if we are brave. I have heard the voices of the basilisk, and I know tomorrow will not do. We march tonight. Well, you hear a roar from outside. It is now or never. Do you climb? What's up?
I was going to ask, because we're hearing the voice so clearly, is it that they're on the same level as us, or are they above us?
They are right above you. They are on the roof of the tower.
See, Zimri.
What is the tower made out of?
Obsidian glass.
Just checking.
Zimri, this is why you always look up.
Does that mean that it is also as fragile as the Manischewitz? What was it? I can't remember now.
The Manischewitz,
yes.
Yep.
Manischewitz is...
It is not a great thing to build a building out of. That is correct. Fire that architect, because their vision was lacking. They suck.
But here's the thing. We know that when the knives break, something bad happens.
That's right.
We just know something happens. We don't know if it's bad.
Something happens.
I'm going to assume that it's bad because that is who I am. And so if we break this glass, maybe
the
not
bad thing comes to us.
I pull out my Manischewitz. I think it's a good thing that's going to happen because that's just who I am. Where do I got a stab that's right under this person talking?
We'll have to be uplifted to find out. And I'll
so it's like the ceiling. Yeah. It's like on the ceiling. So you could conceivably throw the dagger or move very quickly as soon as you are up there. But it would be with that it's a shiv, it's a dagger. So it wouldn't quite make it through something. Maybe if this was a big No, it's made of stone. You can't stab stone like that. I'm sorry.
I guess I was just hoping it was like fragile glass or something.
You know what? It's made out of gefilte fish. Slice right through it.
Oh no, I can't.
And it smells nasty, baby.
Oh, it tastes so good.
Oh, it tastes so good. I have not found one that I like yet.
We gotta take. You know what? This is not. I am not being promoted. I am not being sponsored by them. But if you are ever in Brooklyn, you'll go to Shelsky's. If you're ever there, for your shiva, they deliver. You gotta go. They got the best gefilte fish in the city. You're all welcome. That's my spot.
Don't get it from the grocery store. Go to
please don't buy the jarred stuff.
No.
Don't do that.
No, I mean people think they can, but no, you gotta go. You gotta go to an authentic Jewish deli. You gotta go somewhere where they know what they're doing, and then
gotta go to
it's so good.
It's so good. And a pickled herring.
Oh,
You God's ears. Anyway, this is
Anyway.
a very specific Brooklyn section of Judaism that I'm really enjoying right now.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy right now.
Thank you so much. I am so happy right now. Let's
Meanwhile,
agree to never disagree. Anyway,
Tibetan is looking at the ceiling, thinking about gefilte fish, and goes, "No, it's not gonna work."
it's not gonna work. But your stomach does grumble a little bit. And you're like, is there a deli around here? Anyway, you board to reintroduce the tone. You board the wooden elevator. You trigger the mechanism, and it slowly begins to rise with a ka-chunk, 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 higher and higher. And as you do, you rise and you see a sea of torches throughout Galgenbeck, far, far beneath you. And you see a gaunt woman, her long blonde hair stringing and hanging down, a diadem of obsidian, in a wheelchair, in a murder chair. Told you it's coming. And you see that she is calling, and her voice, although soft, carries in an unnatural way. And it's almost as if she speaks with two voices at once. And she pulses with a strange light. And she raises her fists into the air. And you hear the scream below her, almost guttural, as it echoes throughout the city.
She's on a platform, yes?
She is on a platform, correct. What would you like to do? What would you like to do?
Do it.
I don't know what you're thinking, but do it.
Do it now.
I want to knock her off the platform.
That's what I was hoping. Oh God, yes, please. How could we assist you in this awesome idea?
The biggest physics difference between a wheeler and a biped for the purposes of speed, because F equals ma, right? The force we enter is a function of the mass, which is going to be fixed, and the acceleration, which can vary.
I have a piece of
Wheelers
information
accelerate
for you.
slower. Yes.
I have a piece of information for you.
Yeah.
You recognize this chair as being defensive, not offensive. It is concave. It is shielded.
Oh, it's got all right. We're
I want it. I want it.
Yep. No,
What?
I know exactly what that. I know exactly what you're conveying. Are we behind though?
You are behind.
Behind it ain't spiky.
No, it's not.
No,
It's
it's
the
not.
only place on that chair that is
The
not
only
spiked
place
with
on that
metal.
is not spiky. So here's the
But-
thing. Yes.
The back is covered in blood.
It'll be covered in more by the time I'm done.
Muscle top.
Why? Not till we do the deed. But
Okay,
all of
okay,
this was
do the
to
deed.
say, the getting going is the thing for wheelers that isn't for bipeds. That's the difference. So if we want to give your boy a push,
If you want us, I will.
just getting it going, and then inertia do her thing.
The rat rolls up his sleeves.
Yes.
Now, do you want fire from above as well? Because we've got some empty oil-lined casks here.
Yes.
Then you
talking
give the
on-
signal and I'll drop it.
We're talking I'm going to assume this conversation happens as we're rising and we're whispering.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Hear me out. We can sign it.
Oh, it's
Can't
true.
hear it. It's fine.
Or we can just say it in a language that we all speak and nobody else does.
They can still hear that though.
Yeah.
That
Oh.
is
We can sign it in a language no one else
No
understands,
one else-
so that
That
in
way-
case she does know how to sign, doesn't still understand us.
It's BSL. You got that two-handed thing.
Yep.
JSL.
Hoshek, meanwhile, signing one-handed. Because the gauntlet do not permit
Yeah,
her-
it's signing one-handed because you can't use the other hand.
Just
True.
finger spelling it.
Okay.
All right, so
Now the
giving you-
Rochester method.
giving you a push,
Giving you a push.
dropping the heat. Anything else we want to do?
Give a little kiss to your rat.
Always.
A little kiss on his forehead. Gives you a little kiss on your forehead. It's loving. It's a tender moment.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else anyone wants to do as you start gearing up to push Gavril into this person?
I have decided I'm head on a swivel. I'm ready for any other threats that may appear so that this team can execute what we have planned.
Don't let her behind you, but don't look her in the eye.
I'm gonna have the Shroom of Doom on standby. And so whether she goes over or not, the next thing I do as I rush up with my friend is crush and blow.
Okay, so here's the thing. I would normally let you do that if you weren't pushing to make this happen.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. So your immediate next thing that you do once we resolve this can be blow if there's anything left to do anything with. I'm sure this is easy and it'll be fine. But I'm sure this is nothing. It's only 10. It's almost 10:30. Like how much more can we have really? Hold on, let me flip some pages.
How
we're
big
good.
is this Shroom of Doom?
The size of the room now.
It's the size of Buddy. It's rat sized.
Do you think, hey buddy, if you put away the Manischewitz, could you grab the mushroom and give the mushroom a little crush and blow when we get up close? I'm not saying give it up. I'm just saying stow it for the moment. It'll be okay.
You see him open a rat pocket and put the Manischewitz in the rat pocket?
I hand over the Shroom of Doom. I trust you, buddy. You got this.
Okay.
So Buddy is like the what's the word on the front of the boat? On my knees.
Oh, I was gonna put Buddy on my head, and so that I could push.
Yeah, the
and
little
then
figurehead at the front of the boat.
Right,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But I was gonna put Buddy on my head with the Shroom of Doom, and so
Here's the
push,
deal.
and then he could crush and blow, and it would blow over us onto her.
So
I mean,
here's the
I
deal.
just need the
Buddy-
initiation, but
Okay.
Buddy's still a rat. Buddy's great. I want permission from the group. I want to talk to the group for a minute. And you can say no, and I will erase it from mankind. If we are putting Buddy into danger, and Buddy is going to grind up a mushroom and have to blow it, Buddy is still a rat. We are going to have to roll toughness to make sure that he is not impacted by the mushroom.
we might get rat bitten and have to deal with those consequences. But
You
that
might
does
get
not
you might
endanger
get a
Buddy,
feral
does it?
rat. You might
Yeah.
get a feral rat.
These look, no one said it would be easy.
I mean, I've had to deal with Buddy when he's been super upset before. So,
Cranky
Me.
Buddy.
He wants
But-
to contribute. He's a member of the team.
but if anybody else is upset by this, Buddy will just hold on to the Manischewitz. I'm okay
I'll
with that.
check it.
I am happy to get bitten. That harms me, not Buddy.
Okay. Great. You put Buddy on. And you give him the command, and you push. And I will say up to this pedestal, because this person is also in a battle chair, there is an easy ramp to get up. And you go straight on up. And she does not even break her stride as she speaks. Roll me toughness. Toughness test. Let's see what happens. Oh, no. Strength test.
Yep.
Strength
That
test.
sounds
baby.
right.
Let's use those guns.
Yes.
Those
All right.
the Jewish hammer.
First puns, now guns.
How we play it in Judaism, baby.
That
Convert.
was a beautifully narratively significant 4.
Here's what happens.
Let's go.
Here's what happens.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. You are being pushed, so I will give you advantage. You are being pushed.
All right.
I will say that. Like, this is narratively,
Fair.
Benton has sacrificed something to help you, so I will give you advantage.
All right then. So it was a 3 on the die earlier. Now it's a 2.
Oy.
The
God
dice
wants-
have spoken. The dice have spoken, and
Adonai
Gondor
wants
will answer.
Adonai wants to stop, and we listen to Adonai. We may not agree, but we listen. As you go to push, you only hit air because Josephina has already pushed herself off the tower. As she screams, Verhu, take me! And the ground rumbles again as screams erupt from the ground. As you see 2 maws agape erupt downwards and up. As a 2-headed basilisk grows and moves bigger and winds around the tower and winds around the tower and winds again around the tower as its hiss is heard, roiling and echoing like a boiling sea across Galgenbeck and beyond. You could hear it in your grave. You could hear it before your birth. You could hear it before time immemorial. A god has risen. And Gavril, you watch as Josephia falls onto the head of Verhu and begins to ride down. And it just spirals up and up and up until it looms before you, dual-headed and monstrous, dripping with drool as it lets out an almost cacophony-like scream in dual-toned voice. And when you listen and you hear it, you feel compelled. Be not afraid. It hisses into the air, and with something darker underneath at a second grittier tone, as if the voice you hear is a second ahead of something else, or a second behind. What's up? What's up, Koshak?
I would like to address Verhu. I have a terrible plan.
You would like
Bring
to
it.
address Verhu?
Not looking in their eyes either.
Okay.
I will pull.
How do you get its attention? It doesn't even seem to notice you. It's so big. It's so
Oh,
massive. It looms like
I'm
a double moon in the sky.
not ready for the. Ooh, not ready for the fire yet. But I don't know. I will shout, Verhu, I have an urgent message and delivery for you. Verhu, but not looking. And I will
You
pull out of
watch.
my pocket a scroll, a letter.
Okay.
Oh
You
crap, I
see-
can't read this.
You
Yeah,
can.
you
That's,
can.
That's
That
the
one you
one you
can.
can. That's the one
No,
you
no,
can.
no, that wasn't the one. This was the love letter.
Meaning you gotta make it up.
Yes. The head swivels down and down and down and down again until you see one of the large heads, the other one still in shadow. The strange deer-headed creature looking at you, blinking.
Instead of making it up, I am actually going to unroll it and say, this is so private. I mean, you said it was raunchy, right? So this is so
Really?
private. I wouldn't dare read it aloud. And I will unfurl the scroll, but it's a tiny scroll. So I'm hoping that Verhu's head one of the heads has to come close to read this private, raunchy love letter.
So it's going to look at you. And the large head looms in front of you, swaying and hissing and spitting, and you can smell its breath, and it smells like memory, and it smells like decay. And you remember the time you were afraid, and the time you felt alone, and it sits in your bones, and you can feel it fill the marrows and the hollows of your being. And you feel small, but you hold it aloft, and you hold it firm in front of something much larger than you, something much scarier. and it sinks down to you. Read it to me, human.
I cannot.
He's not going to come. It looks at you, and you think I know the human tongue, the language of it.
Don't you know all? How close is he to
You
me?
need to do, I want a presence check to convince him to come closer, because it turns out Verhu also cannot read.
Oh no. Wonderful. Here we go. Oh, lovely. That's a 4.
It sits. You waste my time.
How close is it to the scroll to see the language? I
It's
believe
close enough. It's close
Oh.
enough. Like it can't read. That's the problem.
as soon
it's
as
a
it comes
snake.
close, the head comes close to read the thing, I am going to take my gauntlet and right here into its soft under whatever this is called, the uvula.
Yes.
Let's bring it on back. Let's bring it on back.
Yeah. So I will say, if the head is the size of the tower, so
This is
it's going to
super
be
sharp.
enough. Yeah, and
It's
it is soft here. That is correct. You swing upwards, and you dip this claw into its snaky soft flesh and push. Roll me a toughness check, or
The toughness, or do I get to roll for the weapon?
so you're gonna roll a toughness test always when we do a strength. When we do it's a strength. 1 second. So whenever we do a melee attack, it's always going to be test strength with a difficulty of 12.
Okay, but I don't roll for the.
But because not
claw?
yet.
Oh,
So
got it.
you're just gonna roll your strength for now, and we're gonna give you advantage because you have done a sneak attack.
Strength. Here we go. Well, I'm glad I have advantage because the first one was a 1. Now that we have that out of the way, the second one is. Oh, I'm terrible, an 8.
It's huge.
Goodbye, friends. I tried.
You dip in and up, and you feel it hook.
Mhm.
And then you feel it begin to move back. And you feel your feet begin to drag. And you realize you have your hand pushed into a gauntlet that you cannot remove. And you watch yourself. You are scrambling and trying to not go over the edge. You feel your heart in your chest, and you feel that strange call to the void where there is only empty space. And you feel a blank fear as you are yanked from the tower into the air as it raises its head up. So, I have one more check for you before you plummet to your death. And if you succeed, I will let you live for now. I'm going to need you to roll me a toughness check. Can you hold on?
We shall see. 15.
Ride that basilisk.
God damn! Yeah, you manage to hold on as you feel your feet dangle, as you realize you are soaring above. You hold on and you manage to cling to him as his head rises ever higher. Everybody, it's time to roll an initiative. So this is going to be your agility plus your as a D6, and we love it. Agility plus a D6.
Now I roll well.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Mazel tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, mazel tov. All right, let me take a look. See.
I don't know if I trust this.
You shouldn't. It's a snake
I
god.
love you, Roll20, but come on. These
No.
are
You
rolls.
stay with the partner you came with. You dance with them. That's what you gotta do,
Oh,
right?
well, there you go. It's another 1.
I mean, you're busy holding on.
Hey, at least it's agility. Hey, it's our initiative roll.
Initiative. I'll take the 1 on initiative.
It's a good
Exactly.
use. It's a good use of a 1.
Exactly.
Okay. I gotta go through all these words. So that's gonna be. And Sam, what did you roll?
21.
21.
You said roll agility. D20 plus
Agility plus It's just gonna be your agility score plus a d6.
Oh, just the score. Okay, cool. In that case, 15.
It's gonna be a 15.
Yeah.
You're. So what's your modifier plus d6?
Okay, modifier. Because score isn't modifier, so I was giving you score
I'm
plus.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just a humble peasant boy in need of love and a father figure. I don't know game.
It's okay, Moritz. It's okay. Okay, cool. Then that's a 4. There. Now we've really moved it down nice. Moved it down nice. I figured we were rolling agility and adding 4. That was the logic by which I understood.
I know. I messed up the rules.
It's all right. It's all right. I burned the 17.
I know. You know what? And I love you for it. All right. Sometimes life isn't fair, but it's fairer with friendship. Too bad I'm gonna kill all my friends. All right.
Been there.
We're gonna start with Zimri. You watch as this strange archpriestess is wheeling her way, swooping down this long coil, and a tiny figure on this large creature. Zimri, you are the only one with oil left.
Yeah, where is this prize that we were supposed to keep our eyes on?
You feel a drip on your head. And you look up. The head is above you. It's broken skin. And that should be blood. And you make a realization.
That bitch better be oil.
Verhu's blood is oil.
Oh, yeah.
Mother was terrified of oil. Oil, it
Oh.
means fire.
Change of plans.
Okay, I'm gonna get
Let's light this guy up. I look to this Hanukkah that I've kind of been like cradling this whole time as I have no bag. It's a little heavy for the fro. So I've just kind of been cradling it on the side the whole time. I'm like, if that's oil, it's flammable. If it's flammable, it can be lit on fire. And our signal is to light on fire. All checks out, and then just like tries to light up as fast as possible.
So, okay.
I'm here for this math.
You would know this. You would need to break the skin first to reveal the oil because there's a hide in front of it, right? So let's walk it back really quick. You would know that you are feeling the oil only because a little dent was made in the chin, which is now out of your reach. So just a heads up, in order to light this motherfucker, you're going to need to make it bleed a little bit.
Cool. Okay. Looks at the honey. Not yet. And kind of reaches into the fro, pulls out another scroll.
Afro scrolls, best place to store them.
Hands free. Flicks it open and just whispers very softly, "You better work, damn it." And tries again the 9 violet signs and not the storm, which is lightning.
Okay. So here's what's going to happen. You whisper again, and those purple clouds roil in once more, and you feel the hairs on your body stand on end. You can feel the wind in your afro as it moves slightly in the breeze. I am going to need you to test presence to see if it works. What was it?
It is an 11 plus 1, so that is 12.
I am so sorry. That succeeds! You did it! All right! You cast this, and suddenly this brilliant purple lightning.
Oh, I actually get to roll for if it's 1 or 2.
Roll D2.
Math is hard. Roll 20 is hard.
You flip a coin.
It implies that I have cash money.
That's fair. That's very fair.
It hates me. I have been cursed.
Roll a d6 and Evens odds.
Evens and odds.
Evens and odds, yeah.
The anticipation.
Okay, just one. Just one.
All right, one streak of lightning slams down. Roll me a d6 for damage.
I am so good at Roll20. I am fantastic at it. Ooh, it's a 6.
I mean, right there, you're fantastic at it, obviously.
You watch as this bolt of lightning sears down into Verhu, parting the skin as a spurt of oily blood blossoms from the charred area. You need 2 more openings and you can light him on fire.
Just kind of looks back at everyone. So, damage, fire. Seems to work out. We can just, good?
I mean, you're awesome.
You're going to be awesome too. And then we're gonna light him on fire. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
All right. I wrote Kvetin in a weird place, so Zimri went first, but Kvetin should have gone first. Kvetin, it's your turn.
I roll better than anybody. I rolled okay. All right. Okay. How so one head is pretty far up with a friend dangling off of it. Where's the other head?
The other head has not moved. And it's still just it's just weaving back and forth directly above you.
How far above me?
Around 30 feet.
I'm gonna pick up Buddy off of my head. I'm gonna go.
He's furiously grinding that mushroom with his little paws.
All right, Buddy. I'm gonna jump and let's do this. And I would like to jump and hold Buddy up so that he can spray the Shroom of Doom at the second head.
You got it. Let's see how high your vertical jump is.
It's great. I'm sure it's great. What do I gotta do?
Suit agility.
Oh, sure. This is gonna be great. Holy mackerel, that's a 17.
God.
I'm feeling inspired. So I Michael Jordan this.
It should not be possible, and yet it happens. The Hanukkah miracle was the vertical jump.
I mean, the fact I got a 17 meant that I rolled a 19. That's how much of a miracle this is.
You take a running leap into the air, and the pedestal you're on, it's almost as if it comes up and down and it buckles, and it almost acts as a spring to launch you up. And you feel yourself push Buddy further up and release him as you begin to fall back down to earth. So he could get a little higher. And now I want you to roll me a toughness check to see if Buddy actually succeeds in trying to drug this god.
Okay.
Which
I rolled a natural 20 for a 21.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's in the roll 20.
Buddy, you watch as Buddy begins to transform in the air and begins to ripple and begins to change and transform and spin into a furry dreidel.
Yes!
This is
Spewing
amazing.
spores left and right and left and right into the air. And you watch as the creature recoils for a moment, turns to its brother, where Choshech dangles, unhinges its jaw with a crack. Buddy begins to fall back down to earth.
I mean,
Remember-
either I'm going to catch Buddy or I'm on the ground and I'm going to let Buddy just, like, I will shield Buddy's blow. If I got to fall myself so that I could,
That's fine. That's
Mhm.
fine. All right. So I'm going to need you in that case. We're going to test your agility.
Oh, okay.
And if you manage to land, you can catch him. And you can like try and catch him. But if you fail, hold on, let me rephrase that. You are landing, right? And if you succeed, you catch him. If you fail, you can take the fall damage and catch Buddy.
Okay. I love this, which is what I'm doing because I rolled a 4.
Oh my god.
I'm so excited watching Buddy
You fall
be
30
this. Yeah. Okay.
Or actually, no, it's like 15-ish feet because we
Well,
had
okay.
like the half
You
and
do
half
have
split.
that extra femur, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Giving you a leg up.
Buddy will land on something squishy. It's fine.
And as you do, you realize you begin to fall through the air and you feel victory as you watch this head turn and you actually see something that chills your blood. A mechanical head. Someone built this god. And you watch as it turns hungrily to face the other head. And you feel victory. And you feel success. But as you fall, you watch Buddy fall. And you have a choice to make. You can land and let Buddy fall to his death. Or you can take the damage and catch Buddy. You choose to take the damage and catch Buddy.
Absolutely. No
You hit the
hesitation.
ground. So that's going to be a d6 for every 10 feet. So that's going to be a d6 and then a d6 and have it.
Okay. So that's 5. And what? So that's 6 damage?
That's 6 damage. How you doing?
I'm at -2.
You hit the ground with a crunch. And as you do, you watch Buddy fall and you see Buddy's eyes widen. It's almost in slow motion. And you see the Manischewitz start to fall out of his pocket. He doesn't even seem to care, as his eyes are only for you. So, here's what I'm going to need. I'm going to need you to roll me a d4.
Okay. That's a 2.
Okay. You feel your leg going numb. And then your arm. And you know that they are shattered. But that's okay. Because in this world, you can go hardcore if you live hardcore. And we can build it back better. And the rat falls on your chest softly. And you smile. And what's the last thing you say to Buddy before you fall unconscious from the pain?
Did it, Buddy? That was so hardcore. Drink that Manischewitz for me, okay?
And you pass out. Kevin, you will no longer, until you are able to find a prosthetic or design a prosthetic, you will no longer have use of your left arm and your left leg. Which is fine. We can make it better. We can make it cool. All right. Khoshek, you watch as your friend falls back down to earth, but you are so far above that now. You feel the cool wind on your face, and you also see the mechanical head as you realize something's not right. Oil for blood. A mechanical head. What is going on?
Does my claw in its neck count as one of the pierced areas of its body? Giving us 2.
If you can get the head back down, yes.
Okay, and then I have a question about action economy in Mork really quickly. Can I make an attack and also read the scroll? Or is it one or the other?
It's one or the other, unfortunately.
Do we want to make this thing dance, or do I want to try to stab it again?
I will say you only have one hand free. If you try and remove the other hand, you will fall. And you do only have the Manischewitz dagger.
I have a
You do have a sword, baby.
So I think
wielding.
maybe the dancing's fun, but we might need to save that for something else. We don't know what's happening. So I will pull out Fred with my other hand and stab up again into the softest area with my sword.
All right. All right. Let's roll. You're going to get advantage because you're right there. So we're going to be testing our strength. It's also
Okay.
10:58 as a time check. It's blasted, baby.
First roll is an 18, my friend.
Oh shit! Mazel tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, mazel tov.
Second roll, just in case, is a 15. What the heck? Now they're coming out.
Yeah! You stab upwards and feel a gush of oil drip down your face, hitting into the ground. You watch as the head wavers and moves back and forth. Roll me damage.
All right, so then I hit sword. Yes. Okay, I'm getting it. I'm getting it. A moment. Sword. Five damage.
Nice. All right, that is enough to open a second wound. And you watch as the head begins to collapse down. That was 3 hits. Fuck it. That was 3 hits. On Zimri's next turn. It's gonna happen. Happen sometime. Maybe this time you'll be lucky. Maybe this time you'll slay. All right. You're all welcome. Musical theater, baby. I'm Jewish. All right. We are going to go to... I wrote Sam and then I wrote Gavril. So I don't know what's happening. Gavril. Hey, Gavril. She's rolling. She's fucking rolling down this thing to get to the bottom. What are you gonna do? You are muted, my friend.
The snake is wrapped around this tower, yes?
Yeah, fucking is.
All right. So,
All right.
off the pedestal onto the snake, moil knife into the snake as I roll backwards, and with my other hand, the Manischewitz, I'm gonna crack that bottle and scrape it along the side of the tower to create sparks along the oil.
Oh, yes.
And just ride it all the way down.
So here's what's going to happen. You leap off the tower onto the snake, and you begin to ride it down. And as you begin to ride it down, you drag your moil through the snake. Let's test some strength. Let's do. Oh my god, this is cool. I wish the Maccabees were real.
All right, that is a 16 on the die. So I think 13 is the plus 1, so 17.
Holy shit. Yeah, you stab in and you have a full bris on this fucking snake. You stab in and you ride it down. The smell of vinegary Manischewitz tingles into the air as you smash this bottle against the obsidian with a tinkling crash, and you drag it along the rock as sparks begin to ignite. And as you begin to ignite the sparks, the blood begins to ignite, and you watch as it begins to fire up and along towards Choshech, all the way up and up and up. And then, because you are covered in oil and your wheels are covered in oil, you become an immolating ball of murder flame, and you shoot down the snake over and over as the tower ignites. Josephia looks behind her, her eyes wide, as you go careening towards her. Fuck, that was cool! Oh, that's so cool. She tries to go faster as the snake and the tower, it contracts from the pain, and you are a crack of the tower as it begins to crumble, as flames light in the sky. For those who are atop the snake, for those riding down, you look about and see flame from Karagus in the distance. You see flame from Grift even farther. Flames begin to spark and ignite because you have brightened the sky. You have brought fire and flame and devastation and violence to the oppressor. You have brought down the snake. But a deal has been made. Because sometimes a snake can be the thing that we fear most. The snake inside of us. That is a little anti-Semitic. Let me rephrase that. The snake we made a deal with? The snake in the shadows. Sometimes there is something worse. And as you realize this, the ground trembles as the second basilisk bursts forth, twining the other way, jaws unhinging. with a gleeful scream. But then it recoils. Fire. And you go down and down. We are at the end of our time, so I'm going to bring this to one more round before we end, and I have the epilogue. Vetten, you lay unconscious, but he refuses to leave you as the sky immolates.
Buddy in this moment will uncork his tiny little bottle of Manischewitz and cheers to his friend, takes a drink, and tosses it at the flaming snake. And who is nearby?
Zimri?
Zimri, Buddy is going to run on over to you and give a little pat on your foot, because you know that Kvetten has always said that if this happened, Buddy's going to go. Do you pick up Buddy?
Yeah, I scoop up the little guy, bring him up to phase level. Hey.
There's tears streaming down his face, but he gives you a happy wave.
This is temporary. Okay? And like kind of sets him at the top of the fro. And then Zimri's gonna scoop up Kvet and go back to the elevator, because this is the start of our rebellion, not the end. We're not leaving you here.
Hey, we've got a chair to steal. There's an extra chair here.
Just take care of it. Zimri, you can take Kvetten's body with you.
Let's go, friend.
You take Kvetten's body and you begin to run and run down the tower. Choshech, you watch as flame begins to creep ever closer. You are trapped.
I am indeed.
Fire below and only sky above.
Yeah, I know you said I can't do this, but since it's not really an attack, I want to scream at the new basilisk, the chant, the scroll, and I'll say first, dance, motherfucker. And as I'm saying it, I'm going to cut my own arm off to drop down and free myself. I put my sword away. Hold on. Come on, Fred. And I will set myself free, the claw still dangling in the fiery basilisk that's going down. And hopefully she will be entranced enough for somebody to stab her and light her up.
She's already entwining, trying to consume. She hasn't been cut into yet, but she is made of flesh, which seems to catch on fire more easily. So I want you to roll me a presence test. So you're using a power.
Will do. Come on. 9? Is it a power to read a scroll?
Yeah, it's a power to read a scroll.
9.
Okay. Here's what's going to happen. 1, I need you to roll me a d20.
You got it. 8. What the heck? Dice don't like Elisa.
Roll one more time.
Oh, I'm seeing a look of shock and awe. I don't know what's happening.
Roll one more time. Take my omen.
Okay.
Shit! We got some omens! All right, take the omen.
D20?
Yeah, you're going to roll a d... you would be able to roll your presence test one more time.
Present test.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you succeed if you can. Because that was... What you just got was really bad.
14!
You succeed!
Yes!
You begin to
I
chant.
drop to the ground.
Blood pours from you, and you feel your vision begin to fade. But you begin to scream the sacred text. Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. I made you out of clay. And when It's nice and ready. With Dreidel I will play. Is that the words?
Close.
No.
I
And
remember
then you'll
Slay.
dance all day.
And you will dance all day. And you watch as the snake begins to undulate. What? No. No. How delightful. I have missed dancing so much. And you begin to plummet, and you are trying to grab onto the other snake, right? All right, we're just going all out. Fucking give me an agility. Agility test. Reach him. You have one arm.
Not gonna happen. 7.
I know I'm dead at the moment, but can you
Give him
take
the
my omen?
Give him the omen. Give him the omen. Give her the omen.
Yeah,
I've
I was
got-
about
I've
to be
actually-
like, I have some omens.
I will
I totally
say,
forgot about what omens were.
have-
-2. I do not catch this snake.
Oh
You have
no!
listen to me. You have the Manischewitz.
I do.
Something will happen.
Okay. Am I stabbing with Manischewitz or do I have to wait?
You can hurt yourself with it.
All right. I mean, I'm gonna take this hint and just do it. Here we go. Well, that one I have a 10. I miss my own body. Ugh. 10.
You know what? It's a
I'm a
Manischewitz.
terrible die roller.
You grab and you try and stab it into you. Your blood is so slick. You manage to cut a little piece of yourself as your bloody hand releases the dagger. It's too slippery. But you do feel suddenly your skin begin to harden as you fall. And your forehead burns. And you plummet. And you plummet. And you plummet as your vision goes black as you see a snake writhing a flame above you, screaming and singing and laughing and dancing. And when you hit the ground, all the rocks of your body break apart. And you black out. Be an omensch. No! I gave her tools! You all can eat it.
I
like
tried
this there,
valiantly.
baby. Yeah, we're close. We'll see what happens with epilogue. Fantastic. And then we are going to hop to our final turn, Gavril.
I am flame. I will, as an action, be flame.
You are dying, and you go faster and faster toward Jelselfina. How do you take her out? I told you I'd let you murder Jarrett.
I will, like the dog that caught the car, I catch her. And she's in a defense chair.
Mhm.
Made to tangle. Made to catch on other chairs. And we catch. And this time, we don't spiral. One more round this tower, one more round this snake. We keep going. Out into the nothing, entwined together. And I'm not hitting the ground first.
You, with your last burning breath, turn your chair. You are stronger than her. And you push the chair down. And a ball of flame the two of you make through the sky. And you burn together as you use the force of your chair to drive her into the ground. You do not see your end. But the splattering of blood, the smell of charred flesh, is a battle hymn that will live on beyond you into tradition.
Just promise me one thing. When I look out over the nothing I'm dragging her to, out over this cursed trap of a city, can I see an orchid?
You look, and as you look beyond, you realize you were looking into your own forest, the Sarkosh forest, close. Someone has made a garden.
someone has made a garden. And it will spread. And you immolate. At the end of it all, the tower and the snake burned. And it burned. And it burns now. You can still smell the char of the snake, they say. You can still see the sear in the ground. The world didn't end, but something did. As the towers burned, as the people fell, as time moved and churned and released, caught and flowed, as people died and people were born, at the end of the fight, at the end of the burn, the earth was made anew. And the first flower to grow were the orchids. Thank you all so much for joining us in Mork. Thank you all so much for playing with us tonight in... But actually, something tends to the flowers. I see it now. A woman made of clay, life carved into her forehead. A stone reassembled long after. Choshech, what are you known as now? As you tend to the garden.
Oh, I am now known as Evan.
Evan the golem, the gardener, the grower, the protector of the small. Zimri and Kvetin, after this, you return home. You were built back. Buddy is thrilled. Buddy is joyous. And you two are welcome to start anew. The fight's not over, and there's much work to be done. But you always need those who remember. And today and tomorrow, on the first night of Hanukkah, we remember the fight. And we remember the power. Okay, now, thank you all so much for watching our Hanukkah game. Our Mork game. You all crushed it. I am so happy that we got to be here tonight and that we got an all-Jewish table to play this game. My God, I'm going to cry.
I am right now. I'm already there for you.
Like,
Thank you so much, Lee.
Thank you all so much. We are going to be picking our winner tonight. I fucked up and we're 16 minutes over, so I don't know if I'm still going to be able to pick this winner automatically or manually. Got it. All right, folks, we're going to do one final roundup before we pick a winner. Remember that the creator app is always open. If you have a story to tell, if you have a fire burning in your heart, something that you need to say, submit it to Girls Run These Worlds. It's the home for it. It's the place to be. Together, we can build the world anew and we can grow orchids. Remember that this is not the final giveaway as well. You can follow us on YouTube when this VOD is out to watch the magic again, as well as to be entered when you follow and like and comment on the video, to be entered for another book that Mork is doing. Let's go around the table and have a little outro, reintroduce ourselves. Kvet and Lauren, you're in midst crying, so I'm going to start with you.
Oh, geez, thanks. Okay, I am
No
Lauren Urban. I'm the currently crying content coordinator at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. You can find me on the socials as Obo Lauren. You can find Buddy in my heart.
All right, we're going to go to Sam.
I'm Sam Delev. You can find me throughout the Twitchernet at Delevely, Delevely, as well as on socials and on Twitter at Tchaikovsky, ChaiKovsky. Please check out the official Disability Community of Wizards of the Coast Gale Song Dragons Convergence with an deaf and disabled cast. They've done some lovely stuff even tonight, and the more eyeballs get upon that, the more we get to see those stories, just like these stories. Having people tell their own is incredibly powerful, so give them your eyeballs and let your flames be games.
Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan, also known on the internet and all of the places as Darker Larper. I'm just gonna plug the fact that I wrote a game about being Jewish in December, and it's in this TTRPG bundle that's coming out very soon called Traditions. It's also got a bunch of, it's like 76 games, it's $25. All of that money goes to the creators that are all a variety of really fantastic, awesome creators, including some other of my Jewish writer friends. But yeah, I'm on the internet and all of the places at Darker Larper, and this was such a fantastic experience with all of y'all.
Elisa.
Hey everybody, I'm Elisa Teague. You can find me on most social media at Geeky Pinup. I'm trying to make the conversion with the new Hive and everything else back to my actual name at Elisa Teague. So if it's old, it's Geeky Pinup. If it's new, it's Elisa Teague. What should I promote? Most recently out on the market is the Transformers role-playing game that I wrote. And also coming very, very soon is My Little Pony role-playing game. Coming soon to stores near you. That's what I can talk about right now. But yeah, check out my stuff. I love to contribute. That's it.
Fantastic. And just a reminder, my name is Fleet Dietrich, pronouns they, she. And you can follow me at Fleet_Dietrich. I have games, but I'd rather take a minute to talk about I never had a Jewish community growing up, and it has always made me feel like I am not Jewish enough, that I am not enough. And tonight, I feel like I'm enough. So thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hugs.
Welcome to your community. You ain't getting
I'm
rid
here,
of us now.
baby.
Full of love and puns.
Love and puns. Oh, I want to make you all laugh.
Love, puns, and crosstalk, baby.
Follow me. I'm actually going to be starting a podcast in 2023 called Go It Alone, where I make solo journaling TTRPGs into radio plays, as well as bringing on voice actors you may know and interviewing designers for some of your favorite TTRPGs. I just talked to Spencer Campbell from Rune, and he was a delight, and we played Fuck, Marry, Kill with Elden Ring bosses. So follow along, enjoy it. I'm going to bow out and let Sarah, our beautiful producer, we're going to draw right now. I was wrong. We're going to draw right now in the chat. So everybody, get ready. The winner of the Mork Borg core game is our very own Angela, the Phoenix. Congratulations, Angela. You have won the core book. Holy shit. Congratulations. Mazel tov, mazel tov, mazel tov. Winner of the Cyborg core book set is, drumroll please, Charity's Lady. Abby, oh my god. You honestly very prescient. Abby makes a great cyborg. The person to play that is Abby. Congratulations, Abby. If you want another chance to win, wait for this VOD to drop. Subscribe to the YouTube channel as for Girls Run These Worlds and comment on the VOD, and you will be entered to win 2 of the side books, which I fucking love. Heretic and the other one's somewhere. Heretic and the second one. God damn, I usually Ferritory. All right, folks, thank you all so much. I love you. Treat yourself kindly. Treat the folks around you kindly. Chag Sameach. Do not stop fighting. You all have a good night. I think we're gonna raid. We're gonna read SVD&D, so stay behind, stay on. Let's surprise the fucking shit out of them. Happy Hanukkah.